Hey guys, welcome back. Let's cut the XYZ probe we programmed in the previous episode. If you missed it, we are doing a start to finish of building and setting up an XYZ corner finding probe. In our first operation, we are going with a 3D adaptive clearing using a 1/4 inch 2-flute uncoated carbide end mill at 24,000 RPM with a feed rate of 1,219 mm or 48 inches a minute, and a depth of cut of 1 mm or 0.04 inches. Optimal load 1 mm. Let's talk about the Workbee here for a second. This is a complete kit from Bulkman 3D, link in the description. I've only added a hydroponics pump to this kit to blast some air and clear chips, and its performance is excellent with no other upgrades. There is very slight chatter which I should be able to improve and will do in coming episodes. Hindsight, I would have left a 0.2mm stock to leave on this operation and gone with a normal facing operation to get a more uniform surface finish. Okay, coming up is the second operation, which is another 3D adaptive to clear off the step down. Exact same speeds as before, except we have left a 0.2mm stock to leave on the wall, which we will come back and clean up after. Okay, now we're cleaning up the walls with the third operation, which is a 2D contour. We are still going at 24,000 RPM and a feed of 1,219.2 or 48 inches a minute. Depth of cut is 0.5mm or 0.02 inches, and a step over of 0.2mm or 0.008 inches. Now we're doing the outside contour. We are running at exactly the same speeds again, however we are doing a roughing pass at 0.2 off the edge, followed by a finishing pass for each step down. We were also using ramping so that we don't crash into any of the stock uncleared. Okay, bonus round. I don't know about you guys, but personally I'm a big fan of a slight chamfer on aluminium parts. Here we are running a 2D chamfer operation at 16,000 RPM and a feed of 1,625mm or 64 inches a minute. At a chamfer width of 0.5, this is a 4-flute chamfer mill from Amazon. We have also set a tip offset of 1mm. Here goes the second bonus round. This is not necessary, but in the spirit of testing my skills and also aesthetics, I'm going to face the back of the part and chamfer it. To do this, I have simply sketched up a jig in Fusion 360, then machined it out. And here I realize my tolerances are too tight, so let's quickly widen that up. For those of you that haven't done the superglue trick, you need to try it. Glue painter's tape on both sides, superglue in the middle, and press them together. Makes for a great method for work holding. Okay, here I'm using my probe script with a 0mm wall width set. This is finding the edge and also the top of the part to allow me to accurately machine the backside. And let's start our facing operation. Here we have a spindle speed of 24,000 RPM, a feed of 1,219 millimeters or 48 inches a minute. Depth of cut is 0.2 millimeters or 0.008 inches, and a 50% step over of 3.175 millimeters or 1/8 inch. On to the final operation, let's chamfer the back side. I've used my Z probe script with a 0 plate height after changing the tool to accurately set the Z home. Here we are running at 16,000 RPM with a feed of 1,625 millimeters or 64 inches a minute, chamfer width of 0.5 millimeters or 0.02 inches, and a tip offset of 1 millimeter. All done. Let's pry this off, pull off our tape, and get it finished. Let's solder off our wire to connect this. I have some silicon wire which is great for this type of thing as it can withstand lots of flexing. I have also added some braided sleeving. I'm putting a bullet connector on the end of my plate and I have drilled a small hole on the side of this for it to be placed in. The end result will be quite tidy and easy to use. Thanks again for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next episode where we'll go over connecting this to the controller as well as how to use this with different types of controllers. Please, if this was helpful, like and subscribe. It will help me make more useful content in the future.